You're not crazy, and you're definitely not alone.
60% of Americans can't afford a $1,000 emergency. Not strangers, your neighbors.
60% of American individuals can't afford a $1,000 emergency. That's not just a stat. That's your neighbor. That's your cousin. Maybe you. Car payments are wealth killers. You're paying for yesterday's decision for the next 7, 10 to 15 years. You think you're investing, but you're not. This is a silent wealth killer that a lot of people are doing.
Today, Anthony O'Neill breaks down the 10 brutal money realities shaping America right now. The stats, the traps.
Interest-free doesn't mean harmless. It's a gateway to poor spending habits.
Because the real question isn't how much you make. It's whether your money is actually working for you.
Risk is the price of admission. You can't time the market. You just got to ride it. What's going on, family? Man, if you feel broke right now, even though you're working hard and let's say you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing, I want you to know you're not crazy and you're definitely not alone. Today, I'm going to be breaking down 8 to 10 brutal money realities and facts and stats that explain why so many Americans feel like yourself, financially stuck going into the year 2026. Now, some of these stats are going to make you feel angry, and some of them might even make you feel, I would say, validated, to be honest with you. But all of them are going to help us understand what's really going on with our money here in America and what you need to do and what you can do about it to make sure that we are better off going into year 2026. Listen, I've been there. I remember sitting in my car with $6.32 to my name, eating half a McDonald's burger and stretching sweet tea for 2 days. I know what it's like to feel like you're drowning, even when you're doing everything absolutely right. But the truth is, the system is stacked against us in so many ways, and in ways most people never even talk about. So today, I'm going to be pulling back the curtain and having an honest conversation about some of the stats that we are honestly facing. All right, so let's start with the foundation. 60% of Americans can't afford a $1,000 emergency. I'm going to say that again. Hopefully it's up on the screen. 60% of American individuals can't afford a $1,000 emergency. That's not just a stat. That's your neighbor. That's your cousin, maybe you, maybe even your parents. Gen Z, 34% have zero emergency savings. And 1 in 4 people have, how do I want to say this? 1 in 4 people would have to put that emergency on an actual credit card. Throughout the show, I'm going to give you the AO takes, and hopefully they'll be up on the screen here in a creative way. But here's my personal take on this. This is a trap. No cushion means one bad day, a flat tire, a medical bill, a missed paycheck, and you're in a debt spiral, meaning you are going back into debt if you're out of debt, or you're never going to get out of debt if you do not have a plan. So here's the action step. If this stat relates to you, I need you to start your emergency fund today. I don't care if you put $5, $50, or $500. I want you to separate it from your checking account. Use a high yield savings account by going to anthonyoneil.com/savings today. Open one up today. And the goal is to build the habit, not just the balance. I need you to start creating healthy money habits. And I want you to put at least 1 month of your net pay inside your starter emergency fund. Now, reality check number 2. 82% of Americans don't use high-yield savings accounts. $18 trillion is sitting in accounts earning 0.4% interest. That's like leaving your money out in the sun and watching it melt away. I said it. I'm going to give you an example. $5,000 in a regular savings account, you're making $20 a year. Now, that same $5,000 in a high-yield savings account, That's $175 a year. That's free money you're missing out on. Here's the AO take. Doing nothing is costing you. Inflation is eating your money. Here's the action step. Open up a high yield savings account today. I've got a list of the best ones at anthonyoneil.com/savings. No fees, FDIC insured, and easy to use. Please, family, going into 2026, and if you're watching this in 2026, do not have a lazy money year. Please, hear me clearly. Do not have a lazy money year because you refuse to transfer your money from a low interest bearing account to a high interest bearing account. Which leads me over to reality number 3. All right. Redfin says you need $112,000 to buy the median house in America. That's $25,000 more than a typical household actually makes. And the median first-time home buyer, check this out, which is very shocking to me, is age 38. Y'all, it used to be age 28. Building credit the traditional way is slow and confusing, and most credit cards want you to rack up debt just to boost your score. You see, I used to think that you had to choose between staying debt-free or having a good credit score. But, here's what I've discovered. There's actually a way to build credit without any credit checks, without going into debt, and without paying crazy interest fees. And it works faster than I thought possible. See, my friends at Kickoff, they are the truth. They are doing something different. They help you build credit the right way without the debt trap. I've seen people go from no credit to a 700 plus score using their system, and they did it completely debt free. Say one more time, completely debt free. Over 150,000 people have left 5-star reviews on the App Store. Users see an average of 34 points increase in their credit score. Some even see, watch this, up to 84 points within the first 12 months. These aren't just numbers. These are real people getting approved for homes and getting better interest rates. Here's the truth. Every month you wait is another month of paying higher interest rates on everything. A good credit score can save you a lot of money, thousands on a mortgage, hundreds on car insurance, and even help you skip the security deposits. Don't let bad credit cost you money. I want you to visit anthonyoneil.com/kickoff right now to get started for as little as $1 on your first month. I want you to build credit the debt-free way because your future self will thank you. I'm pausing because how do we jump 10 years? Life has happened. Cost has gone up tremendously. Interest rates has gone up extremely. But here's my personal take on it. Here's AO's take. This isn't about avocado toast. The math is broken. The system is broken. Here's what I need you to do. Run the numbers. Renting isn't a failure. If you can't buy yet, focus on building wealth in other ways, investing, side hustles, saving aggressively. But home ownership is the goal, specifically for African Americans. It's not a requirement, but it is a goal because it does help us narrow and close that wealth gap. Which we're talking about homes here. I want to go into reality number 4. 26.6% of car trade-ins have negative equity. Over a quarter of car trade-ins are underwater. The average negative equity, $6,754. And 32% of those loans are $5,000 to $10,000 in a hole. Why? Because 7 to 8 year loans, pandemic price spikes, and rapid depreciation. Now we're going to see even more because I even seen some banks now offering 10 to 15 year car loans, which is crazy to me. And then now Trump is even proposing that you can write off the interest on the car loans. Crazier to me. Here's my take. Car payments are wealth killers. You're paying for yesterday's decision for next, I would say, Yeah, you're paying for yesterday's decision for the next 7, 10 to 15 years. Here's my action step. Here's what I want you to do. Pay cash for your car. I said it. Pay cash for your car. Period, point blank, and simple. If you can't afford to pay cash for it, then bare minimum, you need to finance the cheapest car you can finance and get out of that debt quickly. But I am not for financing cars. I haven't financed a car in almost 12, 15 years, right? I do not want you to do that. As a matter of fact, I know a great car dealership out of Atlanta that sells quality used cars. They're going to have high mileage on them, but the cost is going to be extremely low. And honestly, I've bought in 3 cars from them. Some of these cars are going to have accidents on them. Some of them are going to have multiple car owners. The thing is, man, is the car reliable? We got to get out of, oh, I need a brand new car. Oh, I need a warranty. Oh, I need this. No, you need an affordable, reliable car to get you from point A to point B to even point B to even point C. Until you get to a point where you can financially afford what you want to buy, man, you better get creative. And I'm going to put that link inside today's show notes. Let's go to reality number 5. 28% of people roll over IRAs and leave money in cash. That's crazy. That is crazy. 28% of people roll over their 401k to an IRA and leave it in cash. 68% don't even know how their assets are invested. When you roll over, it doesn't auto-invest. It just sits there losing value. Meaning, if you put it into an IRA, what do you have it invested into? If you don't have it invested in nothing, it's just sitting there and it's not growing. You think you're investing, but you're not. This is a silent wealth killer that a lot of people are doing. So if this is you, if you transition from a job, if you rolled your money over to an IRA or to another account, and you have not told it how to invest, listen, here's the action step. Check your IRA today. Check your 401k today. Make sure your money is actually invested in index funds or stocks, not just sitting there in cash. Please, I'm begging you. Do not think that you're investing and your money is just sitting there and it's not growing. Some of y'all need to go do that right now. Like, some of y'all need to pause this video and go do that right now. You can't afford to go another day without your money being invested. If you've been sitting on the sidelines for crypto, wondering if you should jump in, hey, listen, I need you to listen up because it is finally here. A national charter bank where you can buy, sell, and even hold crypto. Crypto brought to you by my friends at SoFi Bank. While you can't open a crypto account just yet, they do have a wait list and you could be one of the very first people to get access to it. And here's what I love. You don't need another app. You don't even need another login. Not even another headache, because it's seamless integration, which means you can manage your crypto right alongside your checking, your savings, and investments all in one place in the SoFi app. One place and it's completely done. And listen, it's easy to trade. The same simple platform to buy, hold, and even sell. Now look, crypto comes with risk. Let's be honest here. So you got to make sure it's right for your specific situation. But if you're crypto curious and want to dip your toe in, hey, SoFi, they have something specifically for you. So head over to SoFi.com/Anthony O'Neill and join their waitlist today. Again, that is SoFi.com/Anthony O'Neill. Leads me over to reality number 6. At the time of me recording this, I'm recording this during the holidays, and a lot of you all are in this one. Buy now, pay later users. These users are carrying an average of $760 in debt per account. Buy now, pay later, BNPL users average about $760 per loan in debt. 24% have made late payments. 40% of these individuals regret even using it. and 38% of users make $100,000 to $150,000 a year. So what are we seeing? High earners fall for it too. Oh, I'm gonna finance this $20 shirt over 4 payments. That's dumb. That's dumb. I'm gonna finance my groceries. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Listen, y'all, we gotta interest free doesn't mean harmless. It's a gateway to poor spending habits. Interest free doesn't mean that you're free. It's a gateway to poor spending habits. So here's the action step if this is you. If you can't afford to pay for it 2 times, 3 times, don't buy it, period. I wish I didn't get sick before, Black Friday. Man, I would have created all kind of videos. I would have told you, hey, y'all, stay away from this stuff. It's not worth it, because come January, you're going to be paying for items. Why did I pay for this? Why did I buy this? Why did I give my son this? Why did I give my daughter this? Why did I give my, why? And you know why? It's because now you got to pay the interest on it. You know why? Because now you got to pay it back. You got to pay that back while you're also paying mortgage, rent, and other bills. Which leads me on number 7, because a lot of us don't have this because of us borrowing money, which is reality number 7 is your savings rate matters more than returns early on. Here's a mind blower. Saving 10% at a 1% return beats saving 5% at a 10% return, at least in the early years. Investor A reaches 100,000 in 9.6 years. Investor B reaches it in 11.7 years. Watch this. Stop obsessing over the perfect investment. Just save a little more. Your savings rate is the real game changer. Here's the action step. Increase your savings rate by 2 to 3% this month. Don't chase hot stocks. Chase your own discipline. Chase developing a desire to build healthy habits. If you can get 3 to 6 months inside of an emergency fund, if you can get the habit of setting money aside, I can strategically show you how to save the right amount and how to invest the right amount. But I need you to get in the habit of putting money aside. Reality number 8. This is a good one too. Yeah, this is a good one. The market will drop 10 to 20% in 38% of years. What do you mean by that, Anthony? Watch this. The S&P drops 10 to 20% in 38% of the years. 16% of the years see a 20% plus drop, right? But the market doubles every 10 years on average. If you miss just the 10 best days, you lose 54% of your gains. I want to say it one more time. All right. The market doubles every 10 years on average. On average. So if you miss just the 10 best days, you lose 54% of your gains. Risk is the price of admission. You can't time the market. You just got to ride it. You got to ride it. You have to ride it. You can't time it. Oh, I'm going to time the market. I'm going to time when it's the best 10 days and be out the rest. No. You got to ride that wave. Here's your action step. Invest. Stay patient and don't panic sell. The only people who get hurt on a roller coaster are the ones who jump off. Even when the roller coaster is going fast, even when the roller coaster is going crazy and going like this, don't get scared and jump off. Because when you jump off, you can break a leg. But if you just endure the pain, if you endure the speed, if you endure the drop, it's going to come back up. It's going to come back up. It's going to come back up. Reality number 9. You need $1.06 million to be in the top 10% of America. Family, I said it. You need about $1 million. That's not income. That's net worth Remember, income is what you have coming in every single month, coming in every single year. Net worth is all of your assets minus your liabilities. What is that number? Meaning that if you sold everything and cashed everything in, what is your net worth? And you need at least a little over $1 million to be in the top 10%. All right. So you can earn top 10% and still not be top 10%. Okay. So you can make $1 million and still be not in the top 10%. This is achievable, but it's going to take discipline. It's going to take strategy. It's going to take healthy habits, because your habits matter more than your salary. So what I want you to do throughout the year 2026, I want you to track your net worth every month or quarter. For me, I track it every month. Focus on what you do with your income, not just how much you make. So if you're saving money, that's going towards your net worth. If you're investing money, that's going towards your net worth. If you buy a home, the equity in your home is going towards your net worth. If you have a car that's paid for, the value of that home is going towards your net worth. If you have a business, the income that company makes on a monthly basis, and you're pocketing some of that money, that's going towards your net worth. If you're in debt and you owe $50,000, that's $50,000 taking away, subtracting from your net worth. I want to challenge you going into 2026. Identify your net worth. And here's what you're going to find. The majority of us watching right now are going to have a negative net worth. But I want to see, as long as we're tracking it next year, how many of us can get that net worth going towards the black, going towards the positive. Which leads me to the last reality. The median bank account balance is only about $8,000. Yeah. For high earners, it's about for high earners who are making $150,000 or more a year, it's about $33,000. But context matters. Compare yourself to your income bracket, not just the national average. So, for example, if you have $50,000 sitting in checking, you're mismanaging it, right? Invest it or move it to a high yield savings. What do you mean by that, Anthony? Yeah. If you got $50,000 sitting in your account, or let's say you even got $30,000 sitting in your account, why? You need to have that sitting inside of a high yield savings, getting money. And then that should only be 3 to 6 months of your net pay. And then anything surpassing that needs to be invested. So you're getting 10 to 12 to 14% on your money throughout the year. So before you go into 2026, for this particular one, I need you to audit your accounts. If you're sitting on cash, put it to work. Don't let your money just sit there and get lazy. Please don't. Please don't. I have a year's worth of my money sitting in a high yield savings only because I have a lot of expenses. But the average person does not need to do that. But anything past that, I invest it. I invest it for the long haul. I don't need a lot of money in my checking account, and I don't need a whole lot of money sitting inside of my savings and not working for me. 2026 and actually 2025 and moving on, so going into 2026 for me, has been a year of positioning my money to work harder for me, which is why I'm going over to Ghana. So I want to recap this. Which one of these realities hit you the hardest? What is the emergency fund? The home prices, the car loans? Drop it in the comments. I want to hear from you. Because if this opened your eyes, I want you to share it with someone who needs to hear it. We're not just here talking about the problem, y'all. We're here to build solutions together as a community, as the In the Black community. Remember, 2026, remember really focusing on getting out of the red and getting into the black. Listen, if you enjoyed today's show, can you do me a favor? Can you hit a thumbs up button? And can you share this video with someone so that way we can continue being a blessing and continue growing this community? All right, it's your boy Anthony O'Neal. Let me know down below which one of these realities hit home with you and what are you going to do about it. Peace out.